Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shady
the City.
City.
I'm Treese.
It's Nels.
And today I am so excited, as you can tell, to get into another episode 9. So, guys, we got, I think, one more before the finale, unless they're going to surprise us and throw in an 11 or 12 or something. So, it's the last one before we get to Force. So I'm super, it's the second to last one before we get to Force.
Wait for Force. I can't wait for Tommy.
We are very excited. Nels is very excited.
I'm super excited.
And yes, so thank you guys. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you. I had no expectation, especially as long as it took me to edit and get it out to you guys. But the love, the comments that we got on the last review, thank you. Thank you for sitting through it. Thank you for giving us your commentary. Thank you. We appreciate it and we notice it. And we just want you to know how much we love you guys, Shade Squad. So keep it coming. Hopefully you'll love this one just as much. And let's get into another episode of Power. So y'all, we start off this episode. Tariq wakes up from a nightmare. But in the middle of the nightmare, in the thick of it all, we see all the ghosts from Ghost Past is coming.
Yeah, he's like walking into his class, like everything is cool. He sees Tate, on the chalkboard. And then when he gets up there, Tate turns into Jabari.
Okay.
And then all these ghosts from the past that he's responsible for their death pop up out of nowhere.
Yes, they do.
We got Jabari, we got Kane, Keisha, Proctor, Ray, Raina, Carrie, and of course Ghost.
You know what's so crazy? I never realized. I mean, I knew Tariq had a body count, but Jesus Christ. I
didn't realize. I couldn't understand why everybody was getting on him. Like around you, so many people, there's so many bodies.
But that makes sense. Because remember how, I will say this, you know how Sax is always getting on him, like bodies just pile up around you, people whatever. And I'm like, well, that's Ghost. But then I'm thinking about it, and I love how they did the scene because he was responsible for Keisha in a way. He was absolutely responsible for Proctor.
Because he left the back door open. He was like, did you even check up on Elisa Marie? Since now she's
an orphan?
Exactly.
And that's a good point.
And Cash doesn't have a mother anymore. Keisha brought that up. I was like, wow. Because really all I thought about was Ghost and Ray. Because that's who they're constantly bringing up is the cop that he killed and his dad.
And I don't know if you guys caught it. Ray says to him as he's getting ready to walk out the classroom, he said, Tommy's going to get your mama. And I said, woo, because I was like, a lot of people might not talk that scene, but I'm telling you, y'all, they made him say that. They gave him that line for a reason. So
they're introducing Force.
Right? So we're going to be looking at Force and seeing, is that going to be the whole...
And we know that's where we know Tommy in Chicago. So I'm wondering if that's what Tasha is.
I don't know, but I was just like, damn. And so as he's trying to walk out the classroom, and he runs into Lauren, and he's like, oh, I don't think you should go in there. And then Carrie pops up. Carrie, Dad. And she's like, did you forget about me? Did you forget about me? If you had never made me take the stand. And I was like, oh, Lord. And and she's like, oh, and by the way, your father's calling. You should really answer that. I was like, oh, this is some weird ass shit.
Yes.
I would want to wake up like a motherfucker from this. Okay.
Exactly.
And so once he does wake up, he wakes up in the bed next to Effie. So I was like, oh, okay.
With his phone ringing.
Yes.
And it was Davis.
It was Davis. And Davis is like, what does Tate have on you? Because Jennifer just called him to the stand as a witness. And so he's like, he don't really know nothing about me or whatever. But of course he's worried because he knows Tate may not have factual, but he could implicate him in a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So basically we then cut to Tate meeting with the other Tate. It's a Tate reunion. So he's meeting with his brother in his office and they're discussing basically just his job and his position in the case and basically why the fuck he would be called to be a witness. And basically he's like, Jennifer just ain't got nobody else and he needs it.
He said that he wanted to use Tate to rehabilitate Milgram after McClain tore her apart. Basically, I guess because he worked so close with her.
I guess. But and the big thing about this in this scene is that his brother's phone is going off and he gets a phone call, or he's getting phone calls from some mysterious woman who basically is stating that she was a witness to Jabari's killing and that she didn't see just one man, but she saw two. And yeah, no. And so he's like, oh, are you going to say something?
Apparently the brother wasn't taking her serious because her story kept changing and she's some drunk. So, Tate is like, well, are you going to say something? And he's like, I don't know. You don't think I should? And you would think, being his brother, that little smirk and sly smile he got on his face means that you probably shouldn't listen to his ass. But Tate is like, nah, just leave that shit alone. You
shouldn't say nothing.
Mm-mm.
He's just so smart. As I said, I just gotta love Tate, y'all. All right. So then we basically get to Monet. We catch up with her to see where she at after the family dinner situation.
And this bitch got her phone going off with news about Carrie, looking all surprised and shit. Bitch, we know you did it.
Basically. We know you did it. But we see her trying to contact Zeke and continuing to get his voicemail because he probably blocked her. And then Dante rolls up. Now we knew that's where she was going. We ain't nobody stupid. We knew that's exactly where she was going.
Like she didn't have hotel money.
Huh?
Like she didn't have hotel money.
She had hotel money, but she wanted to stay with Dante. We already knew that. So basically they just have a very brief conversation where she's like, Zeke's not speaking with me. And he's like, well, he contacted me. So let me talk to him. And I assure you that I will make him talk to you, because basically she's like, okay, let's go talk to him. Let's go meet him. And he's like, no, he doesn't want to see you, sweetheart.
It's me.
He's like, I'm the one that's been gone for this many years. He trusts me more than you right now.
Exactly. But I'll convince him to talk to you. I'll fix this shit. I'll get it right.
Basically. And so, basically after that, Tariq meets with Tate as he enters the classroom.
I feel like it was deja vu all over again.
It was.
They really could have replayed the beginning of that scene because he walks into the class, Tate is at the chalkboard again. I think it actually kind of spooks Tariq a little bit because he's like, who the fuck is about to turn around? And it was Tate. He wasn't in the dream no more. It was Tate.
But Tate lets him know that, you have court at 2:00 today, bruh. So if you want me to take the stand and, make you look like something, then I'm going to need that evidence that you said that you had on Sweeney. And he's like, but I gave it to you. And he's like, no, that was hearsay. Again, my boo is so smart, right? I need tangible evidence, okay? If you watch enough ID channel, that hearsay it's admissible in court, y'all. Duh. So basically, Tariq is now on the time clock, as he always is, to basically get that photo of Sweeney to Tate before he goes to court at 2:00. Woo! So Kane, this was my scene, y'all. Because Kane, I guess, is getting too big for his britches, as my grandmother would say. And he think, I don't know, I guess because he's gotten away with so much SHIT, that he can't get
Mecca
this, right? He can't get it from Mecca. So
he basically told Mecca, look, I got ready to work. I'm about to go home. Mecca was like, nah,
no, you're not.
He was like, nah, you must not realize how this works. Kane said, oh no.
Oh, you must not realize how this works. And I said,
the neck, y'all. He told him, I need a fingerprint.
No, I thought he was going to chop his damn hand off.
I thought so too, because he pulled out that motherfucker.
Butcher knife. He was like, put your hand on the chopping block. I said, Kane about to be out here with one hand. It's going to be hard to move some weight and drive around New York when you only got one hand, but just saying.
Exactly. So basically, Mecca gives him access to everything, tells him, look, this is a promotion. You my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you here. Dumb move.
And gets his fingerprint. And so now he can track Kane as well. As he has access to everything. But the biggest, I think, the major part of this scene is I was telling Nels, he basically told Kane, I know, and I think I said this last review.
Well, he said,
he knows that he's the one that robbed him. This man is not stupid.
Yeah. He was like, call your father and tell him that, we don't have no product on account of us getting robbed.
Y'all think that was a coinky?
So Kane made that phone call right in front of him. His daddy's on the phone like, all right, well, bring your ass home. He's like, nah, Pop, I can't. He was like, nigga.
I'm your daddy. What you mean?
It wasn't a request, nigga. Bring your ass home. He's like, I'll call you later. But we see Lorenzo in that scene with some busted up knuckles, close up on him like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, they back up in that scene and Lorenzo was in that motherfucker tearing that shit apart. He is clearly pissed off, about the shit from the night before. He think his boo was cheating on him. You know what I mean? But I mean, so you were locked up for a minute. I'm just saying, But to be fair, this is before you was locked up. She got a whole baby out here that's not yours. I'm just saying. But basically, Drew and Diana come into the room. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? I'm trying to reach GCG boys. Ain't nobody picking up the motherfucking phone. Like, we about to pull up. And I just lost my fucking product. Drew got to come clean. Pop, I know what the fuck happened to your product.
Yes. He
tells Monet robbed him. Monet robbed his ass because she never stopped working with motherfucking Tariq. Diana fucking came out the mouth. I
told you. And Drew just looks at her
like... tell everybody. You tell everybody, bitch. You tell everybody. The fuck, you can't keep your fucking mouth shut.
You're giving tattletale.
But to me, in that scene, Lorenzo looked pissed off at Diana because it was like Diana was like his only ally. And he gave Diana a look like, bitch, I'm not fucking with you the way I thought I was.
And see, I felt something different because I felt like when in that particular scene, he was like, when she said, oh, I told you. And he was like, you did tell me. And I feel like if anything, he feels like Diana is his only ally, but he's still upset the way shit came out at dinner. Because think about it. Him and Diana have been so private. Any other time I think everybody is not mad at her for telling the truth. It's how she did it. And I think even Lorenzo is upset with her. He would have wanted to know the truth, but you've pulled me aside. You've come and visited me in jail. Now that I'm home, you didn't think you could take me to the side and say, Daddy, Mommy got some shit going on. Like you've done her the whole fucking season. And can we talk about why these kids are so quick to turn on their damn mother?
If you want back to where you were with me, get my shit back. Make it happen. I don't give a fuck if it's impossible. Make the shit happen.
Make it happen. And so him and Diana leave knowing that they gotta find some work, or they about to be in some big ass trouble because clearly Daddy don't play.
Exactly.
He is not Monet.
So then we move on to Tariq. he meets Tate in a courtroom bathroom. They're going back and forth about this goddamn picture. Nigga, just hand over the fucking picture. Finally, exactly. Nigga, you don't got shit. So finally, Tariq, gives him the photo like he should. And Tate gets up on stand and Sullivan, that's her name, Jenny Sullivan, wants to talk about Carrie. And basically, Tate doesn't have anything bad to say about her. She was always prepared. She always went the extra mile, which I don't know. I felt like I don't know what
that was low key shade. She went the
extra mile. I feel like that was low key shade. Like she gave everybody some pussy but me. I'm just saying.
But I said this reviews ago. He wouldn't have said that if she would have just gave him some, y'all.
So the judge is like, basically, what is your point? What is your point here? And Jenny's point is to show that McClain disparaged her reputation. The judge is like, no, her reputation is intact, boo. We just see her as a sexually liberated woman. And here in this courtroom, that's not a problem.
I was going to say, that's a real smart judge. He was like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with your sexual activity. We going to stick to the details of the case. I ain't going, if you a hoe, you a hoe. I ain't going to touch on that. They ain't got nothing to do with your innocence, your guilt, or otherwise.
Basically, he said it's not not a sign of bad character. So then Davis gets up and, he wants to talk to
Tate. He cross-examined Tate.
And he's like, do you have anything relevant to, say about Tariq? And he's like, no. But he did. He got up before he got off the stage. He was like, but I do. He did this shit on purpose. But I do.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of my brother, Kamal.
Thank you. I'm so happy. We finally know his name. Kamal. I've been calling them brother Tates and all that. Kamal is the man's name.
Kamal Tate. That's his name.
Tate. He's still fine.
He's like, I'm proud of my brother Kamal, who's worked so hard in this case. So then he's like, he mentions that he knows of, I guess he had a conversation, didn't go into detail, but had a conversation with his brother about an eyewitness who said that
there were two suspects. And not one. And so Davis is like, this is information being withheld from the jury. This is an automatic mistrial. Da, 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 da. And the judge, and him and Jennifer Sullivan start going back and forth and doing
holding evidence
in my chambers. Y'all petty motherfuckers right now in my chambers. And
exactly.
I wasn't mad at them. And basically we see that the judge lets Jennifer know, if this information, you have 48 hours to find out if this is true. And if it is not, this is an automatic, this is ground for mistrial.
Let's talk about sex though. Because I'd have felt some type of way, nigga. I understand we got into an argument, but what you're not about to do is come at me. Because she was like, oh, I didn't even know about that. He said, yeah, that has nothing to do with a Brady violation. So we got Mecca, out for drinks.
With Zeke. Because we know that he is drinking age now. He's 23.
Why did I not think about that?
I'm sure he drank before because it was college, but you think you're drinking underage.
He didn't have an ID that said he was 21 or over 21.
Well, he said Mecca bought it for him, but it's just a point. I'm sure he feels stupid, like I could have go get it for myself.
You had to say it like that.
Oh, you guys, if y'all have not checked out, I believe, let me get my sources right. I believe his name is Daniel Lee, for real. But if you guys have not had a chance to check out Ain't No Ho, just put Ain't No Ho into YouTube and you will see our boy Daniel Lee, aka Zeke. Some people think it's a bop. I think it's a not. But Zeke apparently out here giving music to y'all. Yeah, I don't know.
They were out getting drinks. He asked him, did you know about Carrie? Yeah, I know you fucked her. I know you fucked your professor. Basically,
Sorry for your loss. That's basically what he gives him.
Basically. And, he's like, his main concern is like, he looks like a liar. He looks like a liar. And,
there's no way to explain this crazy shit.
Exactly. And his dad is like, but, you didn't know what, he's like, a scam is a scam. So they don't give a fuck. And he's like, I can get you a private coach. And they'll have no choice but to, you know what I mean?
If you play well enough, then, they're not going to care. They're not going to give a damn about your age, which I don't know how true that is. Maybe you are that good at 23.
I don't think it's true. But he doesn't know any better. He's just trying to make his new son feel better about what just happened. And he's like, but I need you to do something for me. You got to talk to Monet. On to Di and Drew. So here they go, coming up with their plot, their little scheme. And Diana, you just don't want nobody to fuck with you, bitch. You just don't want nobody to fuck with you. She's showing Drew where the drugs are on the roof of the campus where Tariq showed her.
Mansfield.
From her computer. And she's just like, I just got to get the QR code from his phone. And he's like, oh, being his little side bitch, I bet you could do that. The fuck? That's not come from me, nigga. The fuck? Bitch. And he's like, basically he gets into her ass about her fucking shit up with the family.
And her announcement at dinner.
Yeah. He was like, if you'd have kept your fucking mouth shut, we wouldn't be here. And she was like, how the fuck is you mad at me? Like, bitch, because look, we've been faking the funk this far, okay? Ain't nobody knew. We could have kept it going. Basically, she's like, look, fuck all that shit. You think you can handle getting a
card from
Everett?
Everett. And because we know he got that.
Like they both gonna use what they want to use what they got to get what they want.
They want, right? Then we see Monet sit down with Zeke to tell him the truth. She was 16 and pregnant, sound like an MTV show. And her mother felt Dante was in no position to be a father. Dante gets roped up, proving her mom's point. And so basically, this is where it went left. She was sent down south to have the baby. She has the baby and the baby is taken away from her. And she says the name Lena. So we now know Lena is the name of the person that Zeke thinks is his mother. Mm-hmm. And she basically says that, Lena she was one of the boys so bad. And so
and she treated you like her own. So
we don't know if Lena is her sister. We don't know if I can't wait. And shout out to Outthinkers. I can't wait to see if this Lena comes through season 3 and we get to learn a little bit more about who she is in her relation to Monet, or if there is any at all. Mm-hmm. Basically, Zeke questions her on, did you kill Carrie? Did you have anything to do with that? And she's just like, she sat and here's my thing. Maybe because I believe she killed Carrie, but it gave me you're lying. And I even think Dante's face when he covered for her, when she was like, no, I came straight here when I left Dante's after dinner last night. And you see Dante giving her a look like, no, bitch, you didn't.
Vouch for her.
But he still vouches for her.
Yeah, he does.
So I don't know, but basically Zeke is like, look, regardless, I want to get into this draft. I'm going by myself. And I'm separating myself from this family. It's too much shit. I hear your apologies, but y'all have lied to me my whole life. And he's not really rocking with them. So that was pretty much that scene. And then Drew, we see Drew and Everett. They having sexy time. So Drew and Everett are doing a thing, and really the only significant part about this scene, Everett points out that like your right hand is working again, so now you can do my tattoo. And for whatever reason, I don't know if Drew felt like, I feel fucked up because I'm about to betray this motherfucker and steal his key card or what, but he runs off to the bathroom.
Yeah,
where
he's like, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I don't do that anymore. Or maybe he used that right hand to choke the shit and strangle the shit out of Guapo. Maybe that is it. Maybe it's a mental thing. But either way, we know he got the strength in that right hand back. And basically he goes into the bathroom and he sees Everett's key card and swipes it up. And so now we just waiting for Diana to complete her part. We got a lot to cover, y'all.
Yeah, we do, especially in this scene.
Okay, so
Jenny from the block.
Okay, because that's what she turned into, right?
The bitch done came through. She is playing a recording for Brayden and the family. I mean, we know what the recording is. It's
Kane,
the one with Kane on it. You know,
and if you guys don't remember the perfect line to remember this recording, hey light skin,
exactly. And basically, you know, Brayden is sticking to his story. I don't know. Lorenzo Tejada, Kane Tejada. And I told you, like, this is the only time I met him.
Motherfucking
why the fuck? What's that boy name?
Trace. His name is Trace.
Why the fuck Trace snitching him out? Like, they amongst friends and can joke about shit like this. Like, they not sitting in front of a whole prosecutor and his daddy and a lawyer. Like this ain't some real deal shit. He's like, no, that motherfucker kidnapped us, had us sell drugs on the corner for him. And really, nigga? Like, and then she's like, oh yeah, so forced him to sell drugs, and then brings up Ramirez. That Ramirez saved their life. And, you know, Tariq brags that basically Ramirez was working for Kane and Tariq was basically bragging about it. Nigga.
Couldn't be my friend. But what was so crazy, y'all, is I was telling Nels, sidebar, that I was like, okay, you know, I think Brayden handled himself well. Like, that ain't me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I love when Jennifer pulled out the motherfucking dash cam and said, that ain't y'all. I know she had that up on. She said that ain't y'all though.
Ramirez's dash cam pictures with Kane's license plate and pictures of them. So not only did you implicate yourself, Trace, nigga, she's got proof.
So we get to the point where Dad wants him to keep on talking. The lawyer's like, please shut the fuck up because I can't defend y'all no more. And Dad's like, no, let him keep talking. And basically, Trace goes on to be like, pretty much tells her what it is. And as Brayden's still sitting there denying it. And so he's like, I'm not testifying. I'm not getting on stand. And Trace is like, I will, happily.
Jenny basically, she threatened him. I ain't gonna lie, she threatened him. She was like, this is either a direct corroboration of Trace's story, or y'all are accomplices in the murder of Ramirez. So get your ass up on the motherfucking stand. And Trace, with his pussy fucking snitching ass, of course he fucking volunteered to testify. The fuck? Then Brayden and Tariq, Jesus Christ, they in their damn dorm room. I feel like Brayden wanted to tell Tariq what was going on, but he asked him, what's going on?
What happened in court today? Yeah.
Exactly. He's like, oh, Tate testified, he blew up the prosecution for hiding a witness. And he's like, oh, okay, so it worked out for you. Tate testified for you. He decided to do it. He's like, yeah. Nigga, you showed
Brayden already knew what that meant. That meant that you gave him that photo.
You showed him the picture, didn't you? You gave him the picture.
And he's like, why don't you understand, Brayden? This is my life. This is life or death. And I love when Brayden's like, it's not all about you. I got shit too, motherfucker. And I was telling Nell, sidebar, that, yo, in this moment, and I will say this, based on how the episode is going, now I kind of understand why Brayden didn't tell him. But I feel like Brayden should have just told him, like, my brother's about to go testify, like, get on the stand and testify against you. But based on what we see, you might not want to give that information.
And I feel like part of the reason why he initially didn't tell him is because he felt betrayed. He felt a little betrayed by Tariq, and he's holding on to that piece of information because, nigga, I told you this will fuck my family, and instead of you giving a fuck about what the fuck I said and what's going on in my family, you're more worried about yours, so I'm worried about mine. So then Diana, dirty Diana. Oh,
hold on, let me get it, guys.
Go ahead.
Tariq. Let me. Mom cheated on my dad. And I love
her ass into that damn dorm room.
And I love how Tariq is like, okay, my dad did the same shit. It's not life or death.
He wasn't like that. He was.
He was like, okay, Diana, I got somewhere to go. Shit happens, right? He was trying to be nice about it, but shit happens.
I ain't get that vibe.
I got that vibe. He was trying.
He was like, I get it. My dad cheated on my mom. He's like, but it's not that.
He was trying to be compassionate about it, but he was like, bitch, that's it. And then she's like,
he's like, no,
but you don't understand. And he's Zeke's dad, and now she's Zeke's mom, and this
not his auntie
Dante. And he's like, and I can see, look, Tariq was sitting around like all of us last week. That's really fucking crazy.
Right. Oh, then she's like, do you have some water? And he's like, oh no, I don't got none right now. I'll go get some. Diana, I ain't gonna lie, bitch. You put us on to some shit. She went to a live video of Tariq and used it to access this nigga's phone.
I need to know if
we didn't think of that.
If you can really do that with facial recognition, y'all niggas is fucked. Y'all niggas is fucked.
Why the fuck we was trying to do that shit in a motherfucker's face?
Like, and why he sleep, right?
Why didn't think of that? Diana, you good for something, bitch. You good for something. So she used that to access his phone and get the QR code. And of course, when Tariq comes back, she's still get your tissue, Trace. Get your tissue.
Okay, let me get my paper tissue.
Oh, I thought
this is how you know. This is how you. I'm sorry, because then I would have to run to the bathroom. But this is how you know this bitch is fake as fuck, right? Tariq gives her the tissue. She's like, this is so detrimental to your life, right? This is just, I said, this bad acting ass. You do a great job on the show. But in this moment, I was like, this is terrible fucking acting. This is terrible. Like,
so Tariq is done with the shits. He's like, I understand you're upset, but I really got to go see my lawyer. Like, I got to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? Next scene, this fake crying ass bitch is with Drew sneaking onto the motherfucking roof to go get the goddamn drugs. They clean Tariq's ass out. They clean out every fucking thing. Take it to their motherfucking dad. Lorenzo sitting there like a motherfucking boss, waiting on the shit. He's still pissed off. He still got a motherfucking attitude.
No, he has an attitude with Diana. You see him look at Drew and he's like, that's my son.
He still got an attitude with Diana.
But he still got an attitude with Diana. And I was telling Nels, I said, I think that, and we had a difference of opinion. So you drop down in the comments, Shade Squad, and let us know what you think. But I said, I think he's not sure about her loyalty. The way that she threw her mama out there like that, I think he feels like that could be me too, if it serves you. So, and what did you call it, Nels? She's a fence dragger,
fence straddler. I said if that's what it is, I feel like it would be because she's straddling the fence. Like, it's like, okay, you helped me with this, but you didn't pick a side. You still on your mom's side with this. You still with me with this. So you straddling on the fence. And nobody likes a fence straddler, bitch. If you with me, you fucking with me.
You either for us or you against us.
You fuck with the other side, you fuck with the other side.
Out at the press conference, Zeke comes to announce that his departure from Stansfield and how he's going to go work with a private coach. And before he has a chance to answer.
But he also said that he was going to leave New York and leave his family because of the negative influence. And, he was asked, oh, are you referring to your family? He said, yeah. Yep. And everybody's phone is going off. Motherfucker's age is leaked. Jesus fucking Christ. So now everybody's asking, oh, did you knowingly, lie about your age? And you would assume, sir, if you know your age, I mean, I guess maybe they read the article, I don't know. But you would assume like it's your age, right? Clearly you knowingly lied about it. And, I don't know, was that his agent or something that was with him? He was like,
his agent was with him and he told him, if this is true,
you can forget about Sacramento. That shit is dead in the water. Tariq and Lauren, they run into each other on campus. And, she's like, oh, I don't want you to feel like Carrie's suicide is your fault. You know what I mean? And she's like, I should have believed you. And he's like, yeah, you should have. And walks off. Tariq giving this bitch the cold shoulder. Like, bitch, yeah, I helped you, bitch, but I still don't fuck with you. Okay. All right. And
she worked for the ops.
It's like, I called Carrie for help. And basically, I got played. And he's like, yeah, I know. But you never loved anyone enough to sacrifice yourself. Okay. So he's like, Brayden. It was going for Brayden. Now he's interested. Now he want to know what the fuck this bitch got to say. And she was like, yeah, they told me that they was trying to get Brayden. That's why I asked if Brayden knew about the book. And then she's like, I even talked to him and Lorenzo. He's like, Lorenzo,
what does Lorenzo look like?
What he look like? She explained Lorenzo, and he's like, yo, that's Kane. You got Kane and Brayden on a fucking wire. All right, but you got to go. You got to go. You got to get the fuck out of here. Oh, but Jenny told me, bitch, if you want to listen to a prosecutor instead of me, then look.
That's like listening to Carrie instead of me.
Then so motherfucking. Then so fucking be it. So she finally takes heed. Finally, like she should have from the get-go. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Just go to your parents' house. And I'll text you. So next scene, we move on to Zeke, Mecca, and Monet. And they're on the b-ball court, And, the dad is like, something like, oh, well, I'm going to say Mecca because,
we're the dad. He's not a dad. He's not a dad for all of 5 minutes. Okay.
I mean, daddy is besides Mecca. I'm just saying. So he's like, we'll get a PR firm, to come out with the truth or whatever. Like, I'll get this squared away. Like, I'll get it taken care of. You know what I mean? Then there's a shootout. So then they're wondering if it was possibly Lorenzo that
is gunning him.
Exactly. Which I could understand why. I just feel like Lorenzo too busy being pissed off about what the fuck she did and fucking up the bedroom and selling drugs. Like, he ain't worried about you, boo. You fucked up. Okay.
You fucked up.
Then we got Tariq and Effie.
Woo.
And, Tariq is having a conversation with her, like, maybe, her being with this other family is what's best for Yas. Like, maybe I really shouldn't worry about it so much. And he's going in. I love the fact that, he feels comfort in Effie. You know what I mean? Talking about
to tell her real shit.
Exactly. And about the people that, he may have hurt in the past or, coming for him. And you know what I mean? And She's like, no, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And then, he's like, you know what? It's really about Lauren. You know what I mean? Like, really, all she wanted was a nigga who, she just wanted straight A's and wanted a nice boyfriend. And now, because of me, she got to go on the run.
Effie's like, what you talking about? And not even that. Why are we talking about? I can understand where Effie's coming. Why?
You would have saw this woman's face when he mentioned Lauren. She was always like,
okay, I'm sitting here with you. I was with you last night.
But you still talking about Lauren. So he explains, what happened with the wire. And she's like, that bitch is a snitch. Oh, we talking about a snitch. She went from being a girlfriend. She went from being your girlfriend. Now she's the reason why you're on trial.
Well,
Tariq, he gets a little message or whatever. He called it attitude. He's like, you don't really know her like that. He leaves. Effie was clearly in her motherfucking feelings because she contacted Kane.
Yep. Meets up
with Kane. Kane, first of all, I thought you were supposed to be stuck in the house, nigga. Yeah. So basically, Effie snitches on Lauren and tells, she got you a Brayden on a wire. And he's like, how you know? Oh, Tariq told me. Oh, Tariq knew this and he's letting it ride.
And he didn't handle it.
But you're not? Oh. Okay. Kane and Brayden.
So once we learn that Effie has given the tea to Kane, Kane immediately calls Brayden and lets him know, I got an assignment for you, bro. You need to handle this chick. She got us on tape. And it's not just me, it's you too. And you need to handle this. And, Brayden's like, I don't do this. I don't, where's my mom? I don't do this. So he's like, that's what the fuck I gave you a gun for. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be a part of this life. You're going to try to we got to tie up loose ends and you got to handle this. And if you don't handle it, you know what happens. I will say, I think an important part, he asked him where he got the information from. And he's like, a source. He doesn't give up Effie.
Which was super duper smart.
So then he's like, okay, well, and he's like, well, I don't do this and whatever. And he's like, well, basically, if you don't do it, you know what I got to do. So make it happen.
Take care of your ass.
Basically. Then we move on to, I was about to call him Lorenzo, but Tate. We move on to Tate.
What is his first name in this?
I don't know. They just Rashad Tate.
Rashad, you're right. That is what it is. You're right.
I knew my baby name. I had to think about it. I had to go back and thank God that cognitive memory is still good.
It's cute that it's nice that they let them keep their last names.
Anyway, so we see him having dinner with, I don't know the councilman's name.
I said Steven because that's what Tate called him, but I don't remember what his last name is, what he normally goes by in the show. But I said Steven because that's what Tate called him.
Okay. So basically, Tate lets him know, like, yo, I am still on the Sweeney shit. Because he's like, you do know you almost had your brother lose his job the other day, right?
Humiliate the fuck out your brother.
And he's like, well,
he'll be all right. He's smart.
I'm not here for my brother. I'm letting you know that, yes, I'm still on the Sweeney shit. And as I promised, I got something for you to see. Steven looks at the photos and he's like, oh, snap. Okay. You were right. And he's like, put some respect on my name. Okay.
An outside meeting with Brayden and Sullivan. Jenny.
Oh, you're right. That is next. Good job.
Mm-hmm. Basically, she's coming to scare his ass. And she's like, you know what'll happen if you let Trace get on the stand. There's a bullet with his name on it.
Basically, because you can't protect him. But no offense. I feel like that's why Brayden shouldn't have done the shit.
And Brayden is like, yo, I'm not testifying. Like, I'm not testifying. She was like, look, if you give me enough to arrest Kane, this shit'll be over with before anybody has to testify. You took her card, Joe. You took her card. So,
and I will admit, y'all, this was not a Tommy moment. This was not a Tommy moment.
We have Tariq and the family lawyer. We just don't know this man's name.
We really need to get his name. Go ahead.
And they are outside of the house that Yasmin now lives in. And he's just like, letting him know it is too late to stop the adoption. But as you can see, she is with a nice family. Now, I will say that from what I know about adoption, it was super duper nice of him to even bring Tariq to this house, because
especially because it was supposed to be a sealed adoption.
That is a huge no. This man could have lost his job. Seriously, it was so many violations. It's ridiculous. And Tariq proceeds to get out the car. I was scared. I was scared. I thought he was gonna go knock on the door, go ring the doorbell, but no. All he did was look outside. It looks like maybe it might have been Yaz's birthday, or if it wasn't, maybe they were celebrating something. And it did make it seem like, she was with a nice family. We don't really know, because I don't really know.
But it made it seem like, is she better off than being around your crazy ass and what the hell you got going on?
It did. You
can't protect her.
So he did. He hopped back in his car and took off. To me, that was a sad scene.
It was a sad. Monet and Mecca.
Oh, Monet and Mecca.
So Monet basically tells, she walks in and she's just like, I think it's Lorenzo. I say Lorenzo. It's Lorenzo that done set us up and got Zeke out here, lost his, little basketball situation and shot us up on the court. And Mecca's like, Dante, I'm sorry. He's like, let me whisk you away on my jet. We'll get on anywhere you want to go in the world tomorrow. And she's like, I have a whole family. Because he feels like, and this is what I think is so crazy, you think you can take a 23-year-old man that you just put through the most trauma in his life and promise him a beach vacation for life, and that's going to fix everything the fuck y'all did to him.
I mean, who are you referring to? Because I can understand if you're referring to Monet. Yes, you cannot do that. But Mecca doesn't know shit about being a father. And I mean, he has never been in this kid's life. So yes.
I was going to say he thinks he can solve the problems with money.
Yes, that would be normal for someone who's
not been there
to do with your fucking life. But basically, they let it be known that they think that Lorenzo leaked his age and came after Zeke. So Lorenzo got to go. They're like, Lorenzo got to go. They need to leave and start a motherfucking new. Effie and Brayden are, they having a conversation, and Brayden is upset with I would say Kane's request.
Yes, he's upset with the fact that he's supposed to go not a request off Lauren.
Yeah, so basically,
it's more of a demand. It's not a request.
Yeah, it's more of a demand. So Effie is basically like, nigga, you chose this life. This life didn't choose you. Man the fuck up and do what you got to do. He's like, oh, but you don't know what I got to do. What happens if you don't? Basically, Effie's like, nigga, do what the fuck you got to do. And that's it. She leaves that at that, nigga.
Right.
Take care of that shit. So then, Kane is over at Mecca's house. Mecca walks in. He's like, yo, I got to leave the country for a little while. And I need you to take care of the day to day. Kane is like, nah, nigga, I got to leave. I got to go the fuck home. The fuck? Why the fuck?
Okay, I was going to say you went out.
He came out of nowhere with a gun pulled on him. Where the fuck is my bag? Nigga, I know you stole my drugs and I let that shit slide. But where the fuck is my bag? Trace, this is why we here, bitch. Because we knew this nigga knew. We knew he knew, but we knew he wasn't going to do shit. Why?
Because that's Monet's son.
That's Monet's son. So what he does is, he tracked the bag, found out that it said Stansfield, locked all doors, and Basically, this nigga's locked in the motherfucking house. He can't go no fucking where. So he calls his mommy.
He's
like, yo, Mecca knows. He knows what the fuck is up. I'm locked in this nigga's house. And I was just calling you to say goodbye. And she's like, this nigga locked you in his
house and left you with a phone?
Left you with a phone. Why? Why did he kill you? Send me a picture of this nigga. This is what Trees was talking about. Because she don't know who Mecca is. She know who Dante
is. Can I just get the award for fucking power predictions? I've been saying this shit, and I will be rightfully fucking, as soon as we find out Kane doesn't belong to fucking Lorenzo and fucking Monet, I will be.
That would be crazy.
Y'all can go ahead and call me a prophet at that point, motherfucker.
If Monique's plan carries out, we won't ever find out.
Okay.
So then she's just like, yo, just let Tariq know. Because he's at a standstill. Give Tariq a heads up. So he sends him a text, basically Mecca knows. And he pulls out Mecca's bag.
As he's looking for the tracker, of course.
Exactly. He finds passports for all of Monet's kids. Finds the tracker, of course, throws the tracker. And he's like, he finds court documents with his name, Dante Spears, on it. And I know that it resonated with him because of the conversation he had earlier with Diana. So
he takes pictures with his phone because he's smart.
He does. He takes a picture of the first document with his phone, and he leaves. He takes the bag with him. Then he calls
Davis.
He calls Brayden.
Oh, Brayden. I'm sorry.
He calls Brayden and he's like, yo, I need you to do me a favor. Take Lauren out of town. She's over at her parents' house. And Brayden is already waiting outside.
Because he's like, yo, do a job.
He's like, yo, I got you. So he agreed. And he sends a text to Lauren and he's like, Brayden's going to take you or whatever. She comes outside and hops in the car with Brayden. Then Tariq calls Davis. He's on the phone with Reek and he wants to get information about Dante Spears. This is where shit went left. Okay. He lets him know he is a huge fucking informant. Super duper fucking dangerous. Well protected. They even had to get this nigga out the country to protect his ass. Like he has a long list of motherfuckers
that he done snitched on.
Mecca, not
Dante, slime.
Jesus Christ.
Not you.
I gotta drink to this.
So
his dorm room.
Okay, yes, Mecca's in the dorm room.
Mecca's there, got his gun out. He's like, "What the fuck my bag at?" No, he's like, "You must be Tariq. Where my bag at?" To get in here. So I don't know. I guess maybe he was trying to threaten him, let him know, nigga, I know who you are. I know who Tommy is. I know who Ghost is. He's like, and I know what you did to that nigga. It's fucked up. All right, nigga, so rat me out. Type of shit you do, ain't it?
You the GOAT for snitching. Global
snitching. He said you the GOAT of global fucking snitching.
And that clearly makes Mecca, Dante upset. He got the gun and Tariq's like, yo, really, motherfucker, you gonna die today?
He was like, oh, you don't want Monet knowing about what the fuck you are, who the fuck you are, and just talking mad shit. Tariq is just talking mad shit. Basically, he makes it clear that somebody else knows besides him. So, nigga, if you kill me, guess what? This shit's still coming out. So he's like, what you want? I want $2 million. Under a fake name. And nigga, I know you're capable of doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, not me. Not me. This ain't about me. I'm sure niggas would pay big bread to find out where the fuck your snitching ass is. Yo. So basically, you know, he's just like, all right, nigga, whatever. You got it. I'll open the account. But you don't get access until after
I get my bag.
I have the bag. And you know, he goes into like his military backgrounds or whatever. And he's like, you know, I sold out a nigga, Lobos, to the feds for my own fucking freedom. Luckily, I didn't ever have to see that nigga again because your daddy took him out. When you see that nigga in hell, tell him I said thanks. I said, oh, what happened in this motherfucking scene? Jesus fucking Christ.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. So, and the fact that Tariq didn't even look scared, he didn't look worried, no nothing. I was just like,
no, Tariq is like, look, I got some, look, if you're going to, at this point, I think Tariq has been in enough situations and he knows he has enough information, enough smarts. Like, if you kill me, I done already told somebody else. So
that's probably what saved him because Mecca knows that somebody else knows. Then we got Brayden and Lauren. You know, they driving or whatever, and he's like, yo, I gotta pull over. And he pulls on some like most people that gotta pull over, they're like literally just driving down the street, they just get over on the shoulder.
No, he has to pull down
he goes down a road, dark, then some other road. Hops about the car. She's like, nigga, you stopping here? The fuck? We in the middle of no motherfucking where. I feel like I would have sent a text right then and there. Like, yo, this because you know that you got Brayden and King on wire.
But again, as I told you, she's not street smart.
I'd have been like, yo, Brayden got me. Brayden got me on some dark ass road. Like,
she's not thinking about it. She's not thinking about it because she's like, even when. So okay, let's get to the it of it all. He pulls her. She's like, what's going on? Why are we turning here? And then Brayden gets out, has the gun to her head, and is like, hey, bitch, get out the car. I gotta shoot you now. Like, and she's like, oh my God, Brayden, but this is not you. This is not who you are. And I'm like, okay, simple bitch. No, that's not who he is. But he has to do a job, and you're in the middle of the woods. And at this point, if you know that that's not, I think I'm the type of bitch. Once I realized the nigga that I thought he wasn't, he was, I need to get this gun out your hand. Whether I gotta punch you, fight you, if I gotta die fighting for my life, but I'm not just gonna let you put a bullet in my head, right? So this whole, oh my God, no, Brayden, I would never tell anyone. It just aggravated me. So Brayden feels soft ass.
Huh? Go ahead. I was moving too fast. Go ahead.
Okay. So Brayden's soft ass lets her, you know, he gives her a bag of money and it's like, it's not a lot, but walk up the street a mile, there's a bus stop, and get the dipping, don't call your parents, and just do the, and she's like, thank you so much, Brayden, and I'm just like, I'm glad he let her live, but that's when I'm gonna tell y'all, I had a come to Jesus moment. Brayden is not Tommy. Yeah, no, but he lets her go, and before he can let her go, they hear a car pull up. Here come Miss Effie. She's like, bitch, get the walk in. I thought she was gonna shoot her right there.
She said get in the fucking car.
No, but she said walk that way. Like, I thought she was gonna make her walk out to the woods and be like, boom, and just shoot her. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But apparently She was like, no, put her in the car, took the bag, and her and Brayden exchanged. Like, it's just a mutual exchange, but it's like, I got you because I know you couldn't do it, but I'm going to handle it. And yo, I think Effie killed that girl.
Lauren is like crying. No, Brayden, tell her, I'm
gonna go off the grid. I'm gonna go off the grid, Brayden. I promise.
Bitch in the face, knock this bitch out, put her in a car. And this is how we know Effie did not go along with Brayden's plan because she left the motherfucking money. She dropped the bag of money and took off. Effie, I knew you was a drug dealer, bitch, but I didn't know you was a killer. Okay.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Right? This is why we're like this. Okay? Like, for real. Like, dead ass. Effie. Yo.
She said, I'ma stick beside him. I'ma stick beside him. So, no, after Effie, we see Mecca run into his apartment looking for Kane. And as he's ready to fuck Kane up, like, yo, da-da-da, Monet sitting there like, yeah, what you gonna do? You ain't doing nothing.
I like the name Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch! Your cover's blown, nigga. Your cover is motherfucking blown.
And what we really need to be worried about, why you over here worried about this bullshit, what we need to be worried about is how to take Lorenzo out, because that's the one that's against us. And if we gonna make this work and be a family, then what we need to do is take that motherfucker out, and then let's get on that jet that you was talking about.
And basically, he's making sure like Kane is okay with it. You good with this one? He's like, yeah, you don't really understand. You don't know the relationship between me and my father. Yeah, I'm good with it. But me and Trace was talking about this shit earlier. I feel like we might have said it on camera. Like,
I think it's gonna turn on him.
Turn on Lorenzo and on Dante. Yo,
I don't know.
Monet just want to be a Griselda Blanco. Okay, she's like, nigga, I don't need none of you motherfucking niggas. I want to make my own decisions. I want to do my own shit, and I'm gonna take out the motherfucking competition and the plug, bitch. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I just need
that was a great comparison. That's really what she out here trying to be, is a Griselda Blanco. That was a very great comparison.
Anyways, Kane is like, yeah, I'm with it.
Kane agrees to be with it. Then we see Effie tiptoeing into the, dorm. Late at night, Tariq is passed out in bed. And you could tell she's obviously, we just saw the last scene where I said she will do anything to protect Tariq. And Nels was like, she had no blood on her clothes, whatever. I said, because it's a crime of passion. She loves that man. She loves him. She loves him enough.
Or she strangled her.
She strangled her. She suffocated. She did something where she stabbed her. She did something where she got to see the life go out.
Blood on you. Stabbing will put blood on you. She had to do something that wasn't, like doesn't get blood on you, because she just went back to the dorm room, took off her clothes, laid next to Tariq like it wasn't shit. Like, Effie, we don't know you like we thought we did.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been real. Yes. I'm still trying to process everything that went on. Please make sure that you like,
comments,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell. I'm literally ready to print out some shit to show y'all. So hit the notification bell, like, for real, like, so that you know when the fuck our shit is coming out. We know a few of y'all love us and you are subscribed, and you know when the fuck our shit comes out, okay? But we need more. Get it together.
Oh, Chanel said get it together. But thank you guys so much. DFW Herbie, I can't wait to hear your take and your comments, and we go back.
You got one.
Yes. So, yes, love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And we will catch you next week for the finale and the premiere of Force. Have a good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe.